is a Scottish talent who's enjoyed an illustrious career that's seen her credited as an award-winning West End musical star and acclaimed television actress. She's also very well known for setting the charts alight with hit songs such as January, February, and for being one half of the biggest-selling female duet of all time, along with Elaine Paige. Showing no signs of slowing down at the moment, she's soon going to be hitting the road again with her new UK tour.
I won't recall the names and places of this sad occasion, but that's no consolation here and now. So what happens now? So what happens now? Where am I going to? Where am I going to?
Please welcome Barbara Dickson. Can't believe it's been 40 years.
40 years since I was here last. No. 40 years since I started.
In your sort of credits, 40 years you've been a professional
1968, I turned professional, yeah.
And, are you still as excited about going out on the road? Because you're about to start another tour, aren't you? End of the month.
It's interesting. Music to me is something that is kind of in my DNA. I don't do it as a career. I do it as a vocation. You know, I really am motivated in that way. That if nobody listened to me, I would still do it.
You'd still be standing in a room singing by yourself.
I would do it. I wouldn't have a hairbrush either. I would just sing at the piano or play the guitar and sing.
Sorry, you started off very early, didn't you, playing piano?
Yeah, my parents sent me as a kid to have music lessons, but I gave them up and took up the guitar when I was 12 because it was, you know, obviously easy to accompany myself for songs, and I love folk music, so of course it was easy to sing those songs and just play the guitar. You know, it's a lovely, mellow, acoustic way of enjoying yourself.
Are you returning to the folk type songs this time?
Well, I do quite a lot of what I would call sort of thoughtful material. It's quite acoustic based, small. I play the guitar, play the piano, so it revolves around what I play, and it builds from there. It's quite organic. But no, I do a lot of 20th century songs as well. I sort of rework things like Going Back, which I learned from the Byrds. I've reworked Beatles songs throughout my career, you know, so I do them in a completely distinctive way. That I enjoy doing them. I don't enjoy covering songs unless I can do something totally different with them. And if I can't do that, I just get rid of them.
Are your family quite supportive of you still going on tour? Because your kids are up now, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, I've got 3 sons and the youngest one is still at school. But well, I've just always done it. You know, I always say to people, if I was a sculptor or if I painted pictures, people wouldn't expect me to stop doing it when I had a family. It's me, it's who I am.
Yeah.
It's all part of that.
They know as well. They've grown up with that.
Exactly, and they, you know, they like their eccentric mother learning stuff off her iPod, you know, 2 days before.
It's been such an interesting mix, though, your career. I mean, it started in folk and everything, but it didn't stay there. You sort of had that crossover into sort of mass media when you were on the 2 Ronnies, kind of brought you a different level of fame, and then you were asked to go into musical theatre and acting, which you probably never... It says you'd never sort of dreamed that you would be an actress.
It's a sort of thread, though, Jackie, really, because I was in folk music. I knew Willie Russell in that world. I went into the theatre because I knew Willie Russell. I came out of the end of that and became a pop star for 10 years and worked in the theatre in Blood Brothers because I knew Willie Russell very well. And so there's a thread going through it. And since about 1995, I've been able to do whatever I wanted to do musically and continue to work live, which is where I started. You know, I started doing that on my own with a guitar when I was 17, and that's the very centre of what I do is talking to the audience, explaining why I've chosen to do that song, singing that song, and I do the same in the Bridgewater Hall or the Phil in Liverpool as I did in a little folk club. I try to do introductions that would be interesting and make people laugh and you know, get on.
Connect with the audience.
Yeah.
Do you want to do more acting side of things as well?
No, I'm not that interested in acting, and I never was.
Funny things, aren't the actresses?
I did. No, I love the people I worked with, and I'm not saying I didn't like the work, but I don't want to be in the theatre now.
Without the music side of it.
No, well, I just don't want to be in musical theatre. I'd rather do concerts, play music, originate the music myself. It's much more interesting for me at this time of my life, and being able to make albums. I mean, I'm just about to make another album in the spring, and I've got a book coming out in the...
Is that an autobiography?
Yeah, at Christmas. So it's all kind of moving ahead, but the way I want it to move ahead. I'm very happy to be in control of that, not have to do something I don't feel is kind of suitable or you know, something...
And you're in the Book of Records for having, is it the biggest selling female duet of all time, yourself and Elaine Page?
I would think that probably still stands. I'm not sure, but...
I know him so well. But I understand you weren't keen on the video that was made for it.
Oh, well, it was lovely at the time.
Right.
But in, you know, what was it, 1985? So when you
look at it now...
It's completely embarrassing, yeah.
Well, funny you should say that.
Yeah.
But have a look at this.
Wasn't it good? Wasn't he fine? So fine. Isn't it madness? He can't be mine. But in the end, he needs a little bit more than me. More security. I know him so
Mrs. Slocum and Louis XIV.
It is. That's exactly how it should be viewed, actually. It's pretty good.
I'm glad. We were worried.
No, well done. I mean, I have actually done it with Lily Savage as well, so if you've done that, you can expect anything. But it was of its time.
It's a great song. You obviously do that in your tour. I would think people would be disappointed if you didn't.
Yes.
That song.
I don't have Elaine with me on my tour, so we do an arrangement within my lovely band of it, and always have done it that way, really. That's the way that I'm sure Elaine has to do it as well. But it's it's lovely, and it's quite interesting though that the most popular song of all of the old songs that I've done is the song that was the least big hit. And it's called the Caravan Song.
Oh, I remember that. I love that.
And it didn't even get in the top 20.
Did it not?
But the audience are more partial to that song. And it's got a sort of anthemic quality. I think it's because of the sentiment of it. It's all about, you know, you can do what you want to do if you go out and do it. And it's that kind of mood. And it's always been the most popular song of all of the things that I've had that have been successful. It's quite interesting, that, isn't it, really?
And you're starting the tour at the end of this month,
30th.
Lancaster, is that right?
Yeah.
And then where are you off to? All over the shop for how long?
I'm going well, I finish on the 18th of March, but I've got a little bit of a break at the end of February. But I'm playing, you know, Manchester, Liverpool.
You're going to Manchester?
Yeah, to the Bridgewater. I'm doing Edinburgh Festival. I'm doing the concert hall in Glasgow, which is the final night of the tour. But I'm playing the Sage in Newcastle, and the places that I go back to a lot.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time out to come and join us
a
today.
great pleasure.
Barbara Dixon, everybody.
Thank you, ladies.
Time for another break, and when we return, it'll be time for the R Factor as we celebrate Dress Up Your Pet Day. Back soon.